So it's really early to be cooking this morning. It is about 7:15 in the morning and I am back for another recipe. And the reason why I'm up early doing this recipe is because we are doing, like you've probably seen from the title, we're doing a crock pot meal today. Okay, so this is going to be cooking for about 8 hours. So this is what we got. We're doing a crock pot chicken and stuffing. Okay. I got this recipe from a friend of mine, so I changed up some of the ingredients, but I will tell you exactly how the original recipe is written, okay? Or at least how she makes it. So we're going to go through that. I'm going to, tell you exactly what I substituted, okay? So this is pretty simple. It's all dump and run. You don't have to know anything about cooking really to do this. This is and it's a great meal and it makes a lot of food. All right, so first we're going to start off. We got 4 chicken breasts that I've cleaned, rinsed off and took the fat off of. Very simple, just basic chicken breast. Okay, over here we have some chicken broth. We have let's see, how did I screw that up? Yeah, boy, can you tell it's early. We have a cup of chicken broth and we have a 1/4 cup of milk. We have a stick of butter, which is 8 tablespoons, and that equals 1/2 cup of melted butter. This I may use all of it, I may not. This is probably a little bit of a change that I'm going to make. We also have 1 10-ounce can of cream of chicken soup and cream of mushroom. We got salt and pepper, and we got about 5 slices of Swiss cheese. Now, over here we have some stuffing, bread dressing that I made, which I will post the recipe for that for you guys if you want to know how to make my recipe. That's going to be posted somewhere around Thanksgiving for your stuffing. Okay, that's all that's to this. I'm going to bring the crock pot over and we're going to season up the chicken, and we're going to show you exactly how this is done. This is a great meal if you guys are busy working, all day. Put this on before you leave the house. You're going to see in real time, how long this takes to set this up, put the lid on it, and turn the button on, and you come home, you got a great meal. This is really good. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Let me clear some of this stuff out of here, get the crock pot in here, change the camera angle, and be on with this. All right, hang in there. This would be a great time to say, if you guys like my stuff that I do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell. We do this every week. Share it with your friends and throw a thumbs up like that video. That'd be great. All right, so on with this recipe. So first things first, okay? We have to season our chicken, like pretty much every step that you do, okay? So we're gonna put some salt and pepper. Sorry about stumbling in the first segment. I guess it's just it's Sunday here. I might not post the video on Sunday because you always got to be ahead of the game here when you have a channel. So here we go. We're salt and peppering, just a nice season these up nice. I'm a pepper guy, I like a little extra pepper, but I mean, this is just a taste, so you don't have to get crazy with it. Now, the reason why I changed this recipe just a little bit is simply because this is originally made with stovetop stuffing, okay? And it's not that, I don't eat or won't eat stovetop stuffing, but it's got a ton of sodium in it, and anybody that's used it and read the package, you guys know that. So I'm trying to cut down on the sodium, even though I just seasoned up my chicken, but you have to do that. So the stuffing is definitely one of those substitute areas in this recipe. And like I said, I'm also using low sodium chicken broth. We're trying to get this together where it's, your heart don't beat crazy after you eat this. All right, so we got our chicken breast seasoned. We're going to mix up the soup and the milk, and we're going to get this into the crock pot. So hang in there for 1 second. We'll be right back with you. Okay, so here we go with our mixture. Our cream of chicken, and our cream of mushroom. Okay, so real simple. This is, like I said, I'm going to try to do this in real time so you know exactly how long it takes to actually put this all together, which, like I said, is not that long. Okay, so we're going to dump in the cream of mushroom soup. And you can get the other cans too of Camels that are low sodium, reduced sodium. I believe it's the green can, so you're welcome to do that as well. Okay, so there's one, and then we'll do the cream of chicken as well. Dump this in. So I had this back a couple of years ago, and a friend of mine turned around and said, "Hey, I'm making some of this stuff. Do you want to taste this?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. I'll give it a whirl, see what's up." And I actually liked it. Not that I'm a real picky eater, because I'm not. But so I liked it, and I says, "You know what? There's that recipe. You know, let me get that recipe from her, and we'll see exactly what's going on. I'll make it, adjust it just a tiny bit." Okay, so we got the soup in. We're just doing the 1/4 cup of milk. And we're just going to mix this until it's combined. So you can do this if you want. You can do this with a whisk, or however you guys want to mix this up. Just make sure that it's well combined. You'll see it. It just takes a minute here to do this. Okay, so that's that. We're going to set this aside. We're going to get the chicken in the crock pot and get it going. Okay, so here we go. First things first, we're going to take our chicken and we're going to layer it on the bottom of our crock pot. Okay, just like this. Usually about 4 pieces. 4 pieces does very good here. At least that's what I've been told. This is my first time making it, so but I'm not going to mess it up. Okay, so there we go. We got 4 pieces of chicken breast on the bottom. Let me wipe off my hands here. Okay, move this aside. And now the second step is we're just going to take our chicken broth, and we're going to pour that over. Okay, and then the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take our Swiss cheese. I got about 5 slices here. I think this just comes down to covering most of this chicken. Now, if you need more cheese, yeah, see, 5 pieces kind of does it. Okay, so we got that done, and then we're going to move on to the soups that we just combined, and we're going to take the soups, and we are just going to put this just like this over the top. Make sure you get all of it. Sometimes it's hard to do the camera angle here so you guys can see. That's why I try to use see-through bowls. All right. Okay, so just like that. Okay. And I'll just spread it out. I don't know if that's absolutely necessary because it's all going to melt down anyways. Okay, so there we go. We got our soups in, and then here is where we would be sprinkling the stovetop on top of this, and then melting that stick of butter down and pouring it over the stovetop. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now, only simply because my stuffing that I have is already cooked. Okay, I had cooked that a little while ago, so that's cooked all the way through. So I'm going to let this go for about 3 hours, and then after the 3 hours, I'm going to sprinkle my stuffing on top of this, and then put some drizzled butter. Don't know if I'm going to use it all because I use butter in my stuffing. But when we get to that point, well, I'll explain that to you. But it probably halfway through cooking time. So maybe 4 hours, because I'm going to leave this on for about 8 hours. Okay, so that is it. We're going to put a lid on this, and I'm going to turn this on. We're going to see you guys back here probably about 4 hours. Great meal. It'll be done by the time you get home. All right? On to the next step when we get there. See you soon. Okay, so I am back. This is after about 5 hours of this being in the crock pot, okay, without touching it. I didn't do anything to it. I didn't stir it. I didn't do anything. So what we're going to do is we're just going to clean up the edges just like this. This is all still going to come together, but you can see it's still kind of liquidy, okay? And when this is ended, this is going to, the chicken is like going to fall apart, almost like if you were picking up a pot roast, okay? So we're going to leave that like that. Just give it a quick stir around. And now, under normal circumstances, you would have already had the stovetop stuffing on this along with the butter. Okay, now I decided that I'm not going to put a half a cup of melted butter in this because I just think that would be too much, because like I said earlier, I have butter that I saute my vegetables with for my bread dressing. Okay, so we're on to the bread dressing for this meal. Okay, and what we're going to do is we're just going to take just pieces of bread dressing. Now this is already cooked, okay, so this doesn't have to be cooked, and we're just going to drop this in here. We're just gonna do, I don't know, we're just gonna do some chunks, okay? Because really all we're doing right now with this is we're just literally just heating this up. Okay, I'm gonna start out with about 4 cups of this, and we're just gonna put a nice layer on top here, okay? And if I need more, I have more sitting right beside me here, but we're going to start with 4 cups. So this smells fantastic. So, and I also think what I'm going to do too is I'm going to bump the recipe up just a little bit more. I don't think that this is served with anything, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over a bed of mashed potatoes. Okay, I know I make a lot of mashed potatoes in my recipes and whatnot, but that's what I think I'm going to do, because once you start opening this up, what's going to happen is it's going to kind of morph, you know, like all over the plate. So I thought, like, maybe if I contained it a little bit, that would be great. I know I think a little too much about things I make and cook, even though some of it is basic, and then, you know, some stuff may be a little bit more complicated than others. But anyways, that's what I figured I would do with this. So at the end, you're gonna see mashed potatoes on a plate, and we're gonna make a nice little well, and it's gonna be delicious. All right, so this is what I'm doing, just breaking it up, putting it in, getting a nice layer all over that, just like that. All right, so I'm gonna say I probably used, I don't know, maybe 5 cups, 6 cups if you're doing it like this. 6 cups of homemade stuffing. If you're doing the stovetop, it's 2. Okay, so it's 2 cups of stovetop that you sprinkle over the top of this. And then this now is what I am going to do though is I am going to do just a little bit of butter, Okay, so we're just going to throw a little bit of butter there. And we're going to throw, say, a little bit of butter here. And that's just for a little bit of richness. Okay, so anyways, that's what it looks like now. This is what we got. We've got about another 3 hours left on this dish. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cover this up and let it go. And I will see you guys back in 3 hours. Keep it on low, 8 hours total, okay? And then we'll come back and we'll serve this up. All right, we're almost done. 3 hours, yeah, whatever, right? We're almost done. Guys, this has been on for 8 hours, so this is done. And this is now how this looks. This smells absolutely fantastic. The dressing is nice. It's very moist. The chicken, you test it with a fork. I just put the fork in and just twisted it, and it just falls apart. All right, so this is done. 8 hours. We're ready to plate this up and have some lunch here. So I'm going to take this to the other side of the kitchen. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get out a plate. We're going to throw some of this on a plate. I know that sounds kind of wrong, but this is just very good. We're going to put this on a plate, and we are going to have some lunch. So I'll be right back with you guys in 2 seconds. All right, so we are all set to start serving this up. This is going to be a great lunch here. Late lunch, somewhat dinner. So what we're going to do is, because I've never personally made this before, or at least I've never plated it up, I've had it. We're going to kind of start with some potatoes here, and there's actually not that many potatoes. It may look like a lot of potatoes, but not too bad. All right, so, all right. That's what we're going to do there. Now, as far as the chicken and dressing over here, this is how I decided to do this. So we're gonna just lay the chicken, and the chicken, like, literally is breaking apart. Let me see if I can show you. I can't put the Crockpot in frame, but I just look at how it's just gonna, there we go. See, it's just like it's breaking apart. It's so tender. All right, so just so you guys know exactly how that is, super tender. You're gonna love this, actually. And then we're just gonna kind of do the little mound thing, right? Because there's no way to serve this where you're gonna make this look too elegant. I mean, you might be able to, let's see here. Let's see what we can come up with. Maybe you can do this. I don't know. We'll do that, all right? Just for jokes and whatnot. And then what I would do is I would just garnish it with some black pepper, just like that. And you should taste your food in the crock pot from time to time, okay? So there we go. That is how I make crock pot chicken and stuffing. And remember, guys, you guys can do this, like Thanksgiving's not too far away, so you can definitely do this with leftover turkey. Just swap out the meat. That's all you got to do. All right. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe this week. It was something that I guess I wanted to do for a little bit after I thought about it. So there you go. Put a thumbs up if you guys like this. Ring the notification bell. We do these every week. And hit that subscribe button if you guys like my nonsense or whatever I'm doing here. All right, that's it. Until next week, crockpot chicken and stuffing over mashed potatoes. All right, guys, enjoy your week.